Yo, what is up, you guys? You guys good?
Yeah.
Damn, you know, I live in West Village, and West Village, most dangerous neighborhood in New York, right? West Village is the most dangerous neighborhood in New York. I'll tell you why. You're walking around West Village, sometimes you'll see a gorgeous babe, and just gorgeous tits, gorgeous ass, gorgeous dick. Oops, surprise, right? Fuck that though, you know, that shit's for real. I'll tell you what else. I was buying a bong the other day, and the girl was like, "Oh, do you want me to wrap this in newspaper?" I was like, "You can wrap your pussy around my dick while I read the newspaper. Smack that pussy," right? It's not me. It's not me. That's not me. I'm sorry. I'm trying a persona. It's not me, and I could tell you guys could tell. I want to say I'm sorry to all the women. The gay guys or whatever. I can't do it. I can't do that guy. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm gonna do my real act, but I'm sorry. My mom leaves me a lot of voicemails. And they're basically that thing that happens on the back wall. Last night I partied like it was 1999. I rented Braveheart and jerked off to porn with vaginal penetration. Does nothing for me anymore. It's like, yeah, I've done that. I'm not excited about thinking about it. Seeing other people do it, yeah, that's how that happens. You gotta be real weary of being friends with your doctor. I have a doctor who I've become kind of buddies with, and so you get in there and we always talk football. I don't even talk football with anyone, but we awkwardly established that as our thing, and so we'll talk about the Bears, and then at some point he's like, and this like once every year or something, it's just for like physicals. I'm basically healthy. I have a weird thing going on right now. Actually, this is not part of my act, but I've got like a thing on in my pubes. But they said that was probably nothing. I get in there and the doctor's like, "Okay, well, strip down, put on this gown, and I'll be back in a minute. We'll do your physical." And I then, when I was there a year ago, asked him the worst question you can ever ask. I was like, "Should I keep my underwear on or off?" And he was like, "Either way." That's all he could say. Either way, because otherwise I sound like a fucking weirdo. And then, so the ball's in my court, and I'm like, okay, so now if I take them off, it's like, Brian, if either way is the choice with you, for me, it's naked. It's tossing these little fuckers on the floor, crumpled up. That's so I leave them on. But that leads to the horrible moment where we're back to talking football, and he's got to go up my gown and down my shorts. So he's like, "Yeah, boy, jury's out on Cutler." Also, this is what it feels for like for a high school girl when you go down, you kind of grope around their elastic band and then really get down in around their pelvis. So I'm an old bald guy who's gonna push around here while holding up your little panties. I lost you by the end. I don't care. Comic-Con's something I'm fascinated by. You know, the comic book festival out west, Comic-Con. You walk in. What's the first thing you see when you walk in there? You know, before you see the very first thing, before you see the comics, before you see people giving speeches about comics, very first thing when you walk into Comic-Con, what is the first thing you see?
Costume.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm asking. I've never been to that fucking Apparently she has. Have you noticed how sometimes Asians will read down? Have you seen that? Don't read down. Read side to side. What else? People are so uptight, though. And another thing that gets me is lights. Everyone's obsessed with lights, aren't we? Everyone loves lights. It's like the sun's coming back in 8 hours. Be patient. Go to sleep. Don't use lights. I have fun with it. The worst thing that happened to me, and I'll leave you with this, unfortunately, was when not worst thing, God, not even close. What's the real worst thing that's happened to me? Not the place to figure that out. Was one time a girl I liked was like, so what's going on with the scars on your neck? Were you burned in a fire? And I had to decide at that moment if it's more embarrassing to have had acne on your neck in high school or to have had a fire that's just around your neck. Like what would cause a neck fire? So I was like, well, my favorite turtleneck, I dropped it in gasoline. And then I was just like, actually, you want to know the answer? Go ahead and bend over and I'll smack that pussy. Woo! Woo! Sorry for that. Mike O'Brien.